Well, Americans plagued by surging prices over the past 20 months continue to face strain as the cost of meeting everyday necessities remains stubbornly high. The Labor Department's most recent CPI report showing that the price of everyday goods rose 0.4% in March, with rising shelter and gas costs driving over half of the headline CPI increase last month. So, what types of impact do these prices have on your everyday finances? Yahoo Finance reporters Dani Romero and Moorhead have more. Dani, let's start with you. Talk to us about some of those high shelter costs you're tracking.
Brad, housing costs remain sticky. Shelter inflation came in at 5.7% annually in March, and that's lower than last year in March, where shelter inflation peaked at 8.2% annually. And economists aren't expecting rental inflation to ease quickly anytime soon. So take a listen to PIMCO economist Tiffany Wilding.
The fact that you have just a broader shortage of housing, within the housing market as a result of years of underbuilding since the great financial crisis, suggests to us as well that you will probably settle in at rental inflation levels that were above those of the pre-pandemic period. Rents look like they're going to continue. Rental inflation is going to be sticky.
You can hear it right there that housing costs will continue to remain sticky. But what is currently going on in the rental market? Well, rent prices are increasing month over month, but are down annually. The median rent price right now sits around $1,300, and some regions are experiencing higher rents due to low inventory. And rents increased in 81 out of 100 cities in the U.S., Apartment List reported. But it's a different story in the Sun Belt area, like Austin, Atlanta, and Nashville. They're dealing with price declines. Meanwhile, keeping your home in good shape is expensive. The price to repair household items stayed within range of 18% annually, and that includes things to fix your household appliances, pest control, and basic upkeep like gardening. The cost of electricity also jumped 5% annually, and the rise in energy prices didn't help on that front. So overall, consumers continue to feel the pinch, especially when maintaining a good home.
All right, a major components that factored into this CPI print. Dani, thanks so much. Molly, want to pivot to you. Talk to us about the uptick in energy costs.
Yeah, it's specifically for drivers. It's tough out there also. Gas prices were up 1.7% in March, and that followed a nearly 4% increase in February. Now, in some ways, this is typical. Gas tends to get more expensive heading into the spring and summer travel season. Right now, the average cost of a gallon of gas is about $3.62 nationally. But that is not all for drivers. Auto insurance, which we've talked about a lot, just continues to spiral. It was up 22% year over year from this March reading. And car repairs, also more expensive, up over 8%. Now, if there's any little bit of good news for drivers, it's that the actual cost of cars finally is slowing down a little bit. So the price growth for a new car and a used car, which was really high during the pandemic, that's starting to settle down.
Dani Romero and Molly Moorhead, thanks so much for diving into the details of this data here with us this morning. Appreciate it.